The Burt Munro Challenge honours Burt Munro, his ingenuity, determination and love of speed and motorcycles, whilst promoting Southland as the classic motoring capital of New Zealand. In this show, we will take a look at the highlights of the 2018 event, including the Bluff Hill Climb, drag racing at Teretonga Park, the already Speedway Spectacular, the New Zealand Beach Racing Championships, and a look at the street racing. First up though, let's take a look at the man himself, Burt Munro. Born in Edendale in 1899, Burt Munro's dedication to motorcycles was enormous, and his life's achievements are legendary. After setting a number of New Zealand land speed records in the 1940s and 1950s, his next goal was to compete at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, United States. His first trip to Bonneville as a competitor was in 1962, and there he set a land speed record of 178.97 miles per hour. His 1967 record of 183.58 miles per hour still stands today. Following the success of the 2005 movie about Burt Munro's inspirational life, The World's Fastest Indian, the Southland Motorcycle Club created the Burt Munro Challenge to honour Burt. The inaugural event was held in 2006 and has since forged a name for itself as one of New Zealand's major motorsport events. It has a strong local and national following and rapidly growing international interest. Attending this year's challenge was John Munro, Burt's son, who is amazed at what the event has become.
When the Burt Munro Challenge was first launched in 2006, we sort of expected it might last for 2 or 3 years, then it would peter out, but here it is, the 12th event, and it's getting stronger every year. And we have quite large groups coming over from Australia and people from, well, all around the world really. I'll tell you an interesting little thing that happened to me last year where Margaret and I were on a ferry going from mainland USA to Nova Scotia, and there was, sitting by us, there was six guys, and I heard New Zealand mentioned. So they were obviously bikers, because they had riding gear on. So I went over and I said, I heard the word New Zealand. When have you been to New Zealand? One of the guys said, no. He said, I'm going over in November. I said, oh, what are you going for? Oh, I said, you wouldn't know about it. It's a special motorcycle event that I'm going to. And I said, oh, that'd be the Burt Munro Challenge in Invercargill, would it? Oh, he said, you do know about it? I said, yeah, well, that Burt Munro was my father. Oh, yeah, I often have events like that, and that gives a pretty special feeling that people are coming all that way just to participate in this great tribute to our dad. Dad was a very unassuming sort of guy, and he wouldn't believe that this sort of thing is happening as a tribute to him. And I have difficulty in believing it too, and especially the attention worldwide that it's getting now that we've just come back from Geneva with the launch of a new watch, and last year Bonneville and El Mirage running a bike and getting a new record, not in a different class to Dad's, but all of these tributes to Dad is just amazing. Oh, he wouldn't believe it. No, he, as I said, he was a little bit publicity shy. He was never involved in drag racing, but he ran speedway, beach, circuit racing, street racing, the Bluff Hill Climb. He did all of those things.
The Burt Munro Challenge Organising Committee is made up of members of the Southland Motorcycle Club, Venture Southland staff and motorcycle enthusiasts, and has been responsible for bringing the rally concept to life and continuing to ensure it goes from strength to strength each year.
So I'm the event manager for the Burt Munro Challenge, and this is our 12th year, so Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and the preparations have been underway since November 2016, since we finished the last event. Our organising committee is made up of about 12 of us, each in our area of expertise. So we have Gary out organising the street races. We've got Andy and Bex out at Teretonga. So we have different organisers for each particular race, and Wayne Affleck, of course, organising the rally down at Arete Park. So yeah, everyone's got their different hats on.
I look after the rally side here over the weekend, just site manager, make sure everything runs smoothly. I think they're expecting a good crowd, and obviously there's a few bikes coming in over the back here, campers, and I'd say the motels will be pretty well full as well.
This is an event that takes the full year of planning to get it underway, but we're all passionate about bikes, and the Southland Motorcycle Club are this is their bread and butter. So to be able to put an event like this on year after year is just something everyone looks forward to. This is wonderful for the New Zealand economy, for Southland. Hospitality and tourism sector is really excited about these sorts of things. Hospitality is really popular at this time. We have people extending their stay as well, so they're in Invercargill for a few days before and potentially a few days after the event as well. So they're staying in town to really check out what else is on in Invercargill, particularly now that we're really starting to develop our name as the classic motorcycle capital of New Zealand. So yeah, I think people are really enjoying all the attractions that we have here as well. We certainly are expecting more people this year. I guess looking at pre-registrations in terms of the rally side alone, we have already double the amount of entries that we had this time, going into the 2016 event. So numbers are looking great. I think people are really excited about the new date in February.
The challenge is held over 4 days and was historically held in November each year, but due to challenging weather, the event was moved to February. The inaugural event was held in 2006 and comprised of a beach race, Teretonga circuit racing, a speedway event at Arete Park, and the first Wyndham street race. The evolution of the Burt Munro Challenge has seen the event grow and change each year, and is now Southland's largest annual event, attracting approximately 5,000 visitors and participants from outside the region each year.
I'm actually a Burt Munro virgin. My husband's he was here about a year or two ago, and he's wanted me to come back and have a look, and so he's looking forward to taking me to all these events. Well, I'm 66, nearly 67 actually, and I've had my licence since I was 15. And in fact, that's how Barry, my husband, and I met. Yes, I love the bikes. I haven't been riding for quite a few years, but I've just got back into it in the last few years, and I've always loved Harleys. I'm looking forward to the street racing and the beach racing. My father used to do beach racing when I was very tiny, but no, it's mainly the street racing I really enjoy.
Everyone's pretty buzzed. The streets are busy now, the bikes are starting to roll in, people are really sharing their photos and stories, so it's been really nice to hear everyone's stories, how they're coming in and getting really amped for the event.
After the break, we hit the road for the twists and turns of the Bluff Hill climb, and we head over to Arete Park Speedway to see who's racing.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
In the South Island of New Zealand, the southern city of Invercargill hosts the classic motorcycle mecca New Zealand Hill Climb Championships. The hill climb takes place on Flagstaff Road, the road to the summit of Bluff Hill, and is 1.4 kilometres in length. After a twisty section at the base of the hill, competitors face a long straight before a steep climb over the final segment. Competitors receive 2 practice runs before 3 official timed runs to establish the fastest overall time of the day. The event is run under MNZ racing rules, and all competitors are required to hold a current MNZ competition licence. This year's event saw hundreds of spectators who lined the course to watch motorcycle races from around the world in near perfect conditions with no wind and beautiful views over Foveaux Strait. Around 70 riders competed for the best time and had to get to know all the bumps and turns of the course. Burt Munro's son, John Munro, was in attendance and says it was one of his dad's favourites.
Well, it was a family event, the Bluff Hill climb. We all came, of course, back in the 30s and 40s. Well, it was one of his favourite events, and it wasn't run up a nice tar-sealed road back in the 30s and 40s. It was straight up the hill over here, and it's a dirt track, and the last part of it was a very steep angle, and a lot of bikes would fall over backwards on the last of it, but yeah, Dad won the trophy here many times.
This year's classic motorcycle mecca New Zealand Bluff Hill Climbing Championships saw Paddy Snowden taking out the Class C with a time of 63.40. In the classic pre-63 class, Bruce Aitken came in at 54.22 seconds. In the post-classic pre-82 class, Chris McMeekin came in with a time of 48 seconds, .95. The results of the post-classic pre-89, John Rawcliffe came in at 48.33 seconds. In the 601 to open CC class, Mitch Rees had the fastest time of the day and became the overall winner with 43 seconds, .65. In the up to 600cc class, John Crawford came in with 45.94 seconds, and the winner of the ATV quad class with 49.16 seconds was Tim George. Riders from all over the world come to compete in the Burt Munro Challenge, and Australian rider Bianca Bonner was keen to get amongst it.
Yes, I've read about it because my dad's got old Indians and I've got an Indian too, and I've always wanted to come over to spectate, but the opportunity was arranged for Eddie Gardner for us to race up here. Oh, great fun, yeah, definitely love it, so especially on the old hand shifters. So the drag racing, we're doing the street stage, the road racing and the beach racing. It's 1952, it's a WLA Harley, yeah, 750cc. The guy that had it before me, I used to pit crew with him, and then he passed away, and I was given the opportunity to buy the bike and race it. So we call it Ours 4, that's what he used to call it. So he raced it in Daytona about 10 years ago. So a group of Aussies went over there, and now gets a chance to come to New Zealand and race. So yeah, so it's good. The Burt Munro is really good.
A new event added to Invercargill's Burt Munro Motorcycle Challenge has attracted huge numbers to Teretonga Park, with the Twilight Drag Racing event that was also run in perfect conditions. This event saw many kinds of motorcycles, 2x2, lining up to drag down the track, reaching speeds of up to 160 miles per hour. The two fastest times in the higher pull Twilight Drags went to, in the Class 2 modified bikes, Barry McAskill, riding a Yamaha FJ Pro Stock, came in with a time of 9.767, the fastest on the day, and the second fastest time was Mark Frederick, riding a Suzuki 1300 with a time of 9.876 seconds. With the date change for the Burt Munro Challenge, organisers are happy with the new partnership with Southern Dragways Club.
This year we've got a new event, the High Pull Twilight Drag Racing on Thursday night. So that's a great opportunity for people to come along and see something new. The Southern Dragways Club haven't been involved in Burt Munro Challenge before, so this is the first time for them coming on board, and we're grateful for them to be partnering with us and helping to add to the Burt Munro schedule.
This is the inaugural event for the Munro. We race a lot of cars and motorcycles here during the year, so we're really excited to be on board with the Munro Committee. We've got huge numbers, good spectator turnout, so we're really happy. It's a whole lot of like-minded people doing like-minded stuff. Burt himself was a great drag racer, so it's nice to be here honouring him doing that. Got a 250cc bike to a full-on drag bike, which is sort of around the 1800cc mark. Some turbocharged bikes. There's some 9-second bikes here, which is really quick. And there's Harleys, and they're putting some good times down. You'll probably get around 160 mile an hour at the tail end. And you'll be getting around that sort of 9-second mark for 440 metres, which is absolutely hauling. The motorcycle fraternity is awesome, and they really come together for this sort of thing, and you generally find most of them have got each other's backs too, so it's good banter, it's good humour, and we get to do what we love and get on the bikes and give it to it. It's been a few years since we've had this number, but going forward I can see it developing into a big event. We should be able to bring some big dragsters to Invercargill. We should be able to get our local guys that have to travel a lot a good track and a good launch pad. So I think drag racing in the south is really going to pick up. There's a hardcore of people here that really enjoy it. It's a great place to come do it on the track, and you can still have your licence to go to work the next day.
The Aretti Park Speedway Spectacular, held at the Russell Cunningham Properties Aretti Park Speedway, has hosted multiple New Zealand titles, international riders, and is always a major draw card for the Burt Munro Challenge. The Speedway proved forever popular and saw a record number of competitors, both young and old, enjoying the competition.
Dad, how long have I been riding for?
2 years.
2 years. Yeah. My favourite thing is about these other people winning, and good luck if you win other people, and yeah. Mason, my brother's doing good out there, and our people are doing good out there.
The iconic Aretti Beach Race has been part of the Burt Munro Challenge since the event started in 2006. Each year, the event is scheduled to suit the timing of the tides. For the approximate 130 competitors taking part, it's the strong link to Burt himself that has them lining up to follow in his tracks. The course has changed over the years, with the track initially running a mile each way, compared with the half-mile laps competitors face today. The man who made Invercargill motorcycle enthusiast Burt Munro world famous was back on Aretti Beach, joining thousands of spectators for the New Zealand Beach Racing Championships. Roger Donaldson, director of the movie The World's Fastest Indian, had a big part in founding the event and says he's always happy to come to Invercargill and loves seeing what the film has inspired.
Well, I loved being in Invercargill when I made the film, and it's really special to see what it's turned into, that the movie caught on and that inspired motorcycle racing. I remember suggesting to Tim and about the idea that there could be something like Sturgis in the USA, which became a mecca for motorcyclists to come from all over the world, and that beach racing here would work for that idea. And it's fantastic to see it come to be a reality. I love New Zealand and I love the South Island and I love Southland to see it really develop into something that's become something so special to the city and this part of the world. Pretty good.
In 2015, Invercargill replaced the much-loved Wyndham venue for the street race, and the two tracks could hardly be more different. Invercargill's new venue offers wide, new roads with fantastic grip, turning the sprint races into an absolute breakfest. It's frantic, busy, and gives no rest to the racers. Unfortunately though, there was an abrupt finish to the Invercargill street race, with the cancellation of the last event after a motorbike spilled oil on the course during one of the first couple of races, which organisers say is the reality of a street circuit, which they have limited control over. The popular annual Burt Munro Challenge was again a resounding success this season. The event, now in its 12th year, attracted about 20,000 fans to the Southland region. The racing was both mesmerising and memorable, and all the various activities culminated this year with the awarding of the Munro Family Trophy to Motorcycling New Zealand Life member Neil Ritchie.